Hello, Molten Snow Runner, where we are starting, hopefully, the last or second to last trip for Reinvigorating the Old Mines. As you can see, things didn't go according to plan. The original plan was for me to drive that truck to right here, and then have a video start right here as I drove to the mine. That was the original plan. As you can see, the relatively deep mud in Yukon had another idea, so time to bring in the big truck and I guess make a mental note to myself that if I'm going to use this truck, I probably should turn around and go back to the garage and come this way with this particular vehicle. But as you can see, when you get off the main route, by main route I mean this dirt path that kind of serves as your main road throughout the region all the way up here, and then there's a big sinkhole here, so be careful, you can drown an engine right here. But if you get off these so-called main routes, like this one goes up here to the Big Sam Peak, or this road, although there's a mud pit of doom right here, you can end up in situations where, yeah, you're going to be in over your head. So it's important to understand that if you're using some trucks that are not as capable, sometimes sticking to these clearly defined paths are a good idea. Doesn't mean you're going to have a lot of problems, but it could create some problems, particularly for vehicles that don't have access to mud tires. So let's get this back to some safe ground. Now, part of me thinks maybe I should actually drag this backwards. I don't know if this is actually going to work. We'll try going this way. Okay, it looks like it's working. I definitely recommend making this crossing during the day so you can look down and see where you need to be driving. We can now get on our way. There's the one I wanted. Figure everybody's kind of used the white Western Star that was originally in the game, so I figure it's kind of a good benchmark for the difficulty in terms of terrain, and I'm just trying to vary the trucks and routes to basically make this series entertaining and not just the same path over and over again, where it's like you watch one video and you've seen it all. I didn't know you could see the engine there. Cool. So, if you're wondering why I'm just doing different trucks and different routes, just kind of showing alternate routes and trying to make it interesting, essentially. Also, once I tried to take the 8-slot trailer down this path, don't do that. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I know exactly what I was thinking. I wasn't, because I should have drove this pass ahead of time with a scout vehicle, and I would have known that this was going to be high-centering central. So, this is definitely not an 8-slot trailer route. So, there could be an argument. Now, this is probably a mess, and so if you could get to here, because it was mainly this area that was the problem, you could get to here, but I don't know if you could drive straight across here with the 8-slot. So I imagine with something like the Kenworth 963 or P16, which has the clearance, maybe. But then you'd have the issue of this 45-degree right turn, essentially, in order to use these bridges. And again, you've got this little zigzag here that's definitely going to cause you to bottom out because it's not even either. So you'd basically be on this trajectory, which I guess maybe could bring you across right here somewhere? Maybe? And then from here you can follow the coastline all the way here and go up. Assuming you have enough engine power or your cargo isn't too heavy, or both, basically. I may have to try that route when I take the wood. Although, that may not be the best idea with this truck, so. Because the one thing you have to keep in mind is, in this region, the current can totally wash you down the street. And in fact, I'm surprised I got across that river with as little difficulty due to the current as I did. I am kind of surprised about that. The question is, do I want to try and follow the pipeline up? Or am I going to take the long way around? Because and honestly, I don't feel confident about being able to read the 5-slot trailer in between the trees to get up there. Especially there's this one part where you have to zigzag, and it's just not going to be a good situation. Also, I have to admit, I'm kind of surprised that the White Western Star is struggling as much as it is, because I normally think of this as a decently capable off-road truck. But apparently, 2 metal beams is a taxing load. Let me look at this. I mean, hypothetically I could do it, but If we're struggling this much on level ground, I probably shouldn't attempt it. I probably don't have the engine power to even remotely think about it. Need something with a modern truck engine as opposed to the old truck engine I'm using here. These rocks are getting annoying. This is... If I can just get a running start at this, it feels like I can make it up. But... yeah, I'm probably going to have to bring the Tega 6436 because I don't think the White Star can make it up. That's... I mean, I should have known better given how relatively weak this class of engines are. That any truck, regardless of whether it was Russian or American, was going to struggle here, but... anyway. I'm going to do a delivery with the Kodiak today because I figured I wanted to use it to deliver something, and I figured, you know what? Wooden planks should be able to do. I'm using the JAT OMV 2s. In case anybody's wondering what tires I'm using. I haven't really, as far as big trucks concerned, seen much of a difference. At least I haven't ran into any areas. But maybe, like if I was in Glades, maybe I'd see something. But when you're talking about Year 1 DLC, I haven't noticed anything. I've been mainly running the all-terrain medium duties, but now I've just switched to the OMDs to see if they perform any better than UODs have. Chris. As for where I got these, I got them from right here. And so we're going to deliver it, and this may end in disaster, I have to admit. Because I haven't decided how I'm getting across the river yet. Because part of me wants to cross here. What would be my next move? I guess try to cross, well, that I could have... So cross here, and I guess try to find, isn't a great idea. So what I was thinking is I'd probably go, maybe see if this is crossable. If not, there's a bridge all the way up here that I may use. That may be the plan. Oh, right here are the two metal beams that are needed. I unattached the trailer, and I thought it was level enough ground not to worry about it, but it rolled over and self-unloaded as soon as I unattached it. So the final two metal beams we need here are here. Well, I should say three. I'm going to have to find some other place to grab a metal beam from. Which probably brings us to this right here. I didn't grab this when I came up for the bricks, because I had a one-slot cargo truck. I've just kind of been apathetic about this. I was kind of thinking about whether I should save this for the rock sorting center. But honestly, it's probably just an easier drive to get unlimited metal beams from the warehouse here. And just kind of as an example, it's another place where you're like, why would I even bother coming up here to get these metal beams? It doesn't make any sense. At least with the metal framing here, you come up here, you can grab it, and you can get relatively down. So that one could potentially make sense. But then you're kind of left going, okay, where do I need metal beams? I mean, I guess they're probably for this bridge. This only gives you one. So that's potentially intention. And there's a place you can get metal beams here. And there's a limited supply of metal beams at this warehouse. There's two of them. I may just grab one with the Kenworth, drive through here, cut through here, and then get up here to reload these. That's probably what I'm going to do. But anyway, I decided to kill off one other final path. And I figured, let the Kodiak shine. My experience with the Kodiak is I pretty much sold it right away when I began playing the game. But once I had all the upgrades, and then I got this as a task reward here, I fully upgraded. I'm like, I wonder what you can do fully upgraded with the Kodiak. And I was decently surprised. Now, granted, it will stall with metal beams if you get a steep enough slope with the stock engine. So there could be a reason, after all, to put the 2100T in. But for wooden planks, I think we should be fine. At least that's my assumption, because wooden planks are not heavy. Now, got an interesting idea. Instead of going to that bridge, which I could do, also be careful, this can be a flip zone for some vehicles going around this puddle, so you'd be potentially better off driving through it or trying to weave through the trees. And this is probably the size of truck that can safely navigate this downhill area. I just kind of had an idea. I'll get out to that little island, and then I'll just pull this truck and the wooden planks across with the Kenworth. So, in case you're wondering why I'm taking this route instead of continuing on, like I was originally going to do to take the... This, as you can see, this truck can actually handle this corner. And so, since you saw this, I'll probably cut when I get to the stopping point on this little island. I'll probably cut to when the Kenworth is there. And I'll just grab one of the sets of metal beams from the warehouse with it as the final of the 3 I need. Okay, changing plans. There may be a path for me to cross here and then maybe get to a better crossing point for the river instead of what I was going to try and do. Although, actually, now that I think about it, this is a bad idea. Because I'm probably going to get high-centered and stuck on one of those rocks out there, so I could probably even try this. And since we have an extra slot on our Kenworth, might as well start doing flooded aftermath, which requires you to recover and deliver it to service spare parts. Now, unfortunately, one of them is a little... Actually, both of them? It's been so long since I've done this work, both of them on the island. I drove the Kodiak up to this one, and that's what kind of was like, oh yeah, this was a thing. Where's the... Oh, the second one is... I was gonna say, I'm just gonna grab this one, take it across, and drop it. Since these are both here, I'm not gonna even worry about it. Never mind. The real question is this even crossable by the Kenworth, or am I? As long as I don't stall the engine. I don't think the Kodiak's crossing there. I don't think that's a good idea. Now I wouldn't be surprised if the engine's losing power because of its water damage. And now... Come on. Oh, it looks like I was just hung up on rocks because, of course, I was. We're gonna try something here, because I think there's a spot where, obviously not where I crossed, but kind of curious, especially since there's that rock there, because it's shallower. It's kind of. I don't trust it to stay here, so I'm going to back it out until I have the Kodiak position for this. This is, by the way, not recommended. This is more me just seeing if it's one, doable, and two, this contract has taken so long that, honestly, I just don't want to take the time to go all the way back here. And probably the mistake was using the two wooden planks here and the 2 wooden planks from this house for the cargo crafting. I should have gotten the wooden planks somewhere else. And then those 4 wooden planks would be the final 4 I need. That would have potentially been the better way to do this. And then, and yes, I could say grab wooden planks from here, or just bring the wooden planks all the way from the sawmill, or from one of these houses. So, yeah, that's probably the lesson here. Don't do what I did. And I've made things unintentionally hard on myself because of that. And in case you're wondering where I'm planning on getting the other 2 wooden planks from, I'll probably just grab these since they're so close and come up this way after I drop them off. And then I'll show the completion screen because all that's left to do is come here, grab these beams, and take them up here. And I've already done that journey once with the Twinster, so I'll record in case something happened, but if it doesn't, it won't really add anything.